$11,741.68. 5D, resolution adopting and acknowledging a single tax rate for all property within backup Lake Zurich Special Service Area number 20 for the Sanctuary of Lake Zurich, assigned resolution 2024-03-083. 5E, agreement with Rush Truck for fire engine repair in the amount not to exceed $43,895.51. 5F, agreement with One Water Lantern Festival, LLC, for Paulus Park Community Event on Saturday, May 18th, 2024. 5G, member contribution to the Special Recreation Association of Central Lake County in the amount not to exceed $119,842. 5H, ordinance amending Title III of Chapter 3 of the Village of Lake Zurich Municipal Code to amend authorized Class-C convenience retail sales liquor licenses for 7-Eleven, Inc., number 33893 at 600 East Route 22, assigned ordinance 2024-03-549. 5I, ordinance amending Title III of Chapter 3 of the Village of Lake Zurich Municipal Code to increase authorized Class A1 full-service restaurant liquor licenses for Polka Dot Food, LLC, at 83 South Rand Road, assigned ordinance 2024-03-560.
Okay, thank you. Are there any board questions, or is there any discussion desired on any item, or does anyone like any item pulled for a separate vote? Nobody's making a move here on this one either, so, okay, then may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved, Whiter.
Whiter, and a second, please.
Second, Shagru.
And Clerk Johnson, please call the roll.
Trustee Euchre?
Aye.
Trustee Riley?
Aye.
Trustee Spicone?
Aye.
Trustee Shagru?
Aye.
Trustee Whiter?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Well, yep, it does. So
Sorry.
that's it for the, what? Well, that's okay. I'm used to it. Next item on the agenda is new business. First item, Trustee Euchre will handle. Trustee Euchre?
Okay, thanks, Mayor. Item number 6A, ordinance of the Village of Lake Zurich, Lake County, Illinois, approving a TIF redevelopment agreement between the Village of Lake Zurich and the Walton Associates Family Limited Partnership, assigned ordinance number 2024-03-561. In summary, the Walton Associates Family Limited Partnership, doing business as True North Properties, proposes to redevelop and enhance the property at the northeast corner of Main Street and Old Rand Road, a parcel that has been owned by the Village of Lake Zurich since August 2006. An initial courtesy review of this Main Street proposal was conducted by the Village Board on February 5th, 2024. True North Properties is requesting tax increment financing assistance to support investment into this property with a minimum of $1.5 million of enhancements, including significant exterior facade improvements and updates to the interior of the 3 units with full renovations and raised ceilings. The proposed TIF redevelopment agreement formalizes the obligations of the village and the developer to facilitate this effort. True North Properties will purchase the property from the village for $200,000 upfront and invest a minimum of $1.5 million into the property within 24 months of the real estate closing. The total proposed TIF reimbursement is capped at $100,000, representing approximately 6.7% of the total $1.5 million investment into the community Main Street district.
Okay. Thank you. Sarosh isn't here, who's looking at Kyle. So Kyle, anything additional to add? We did we did see a presentation from the petitioner 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
in a courtesy review. Anything significant changed since then?
Nothing significant has changed back then. That was back on February 5th, so it was 2 meetings ago. But I can shine some light on some of the details of the redevelopment agreement. They're going to purchase the property from the village for $200,000 upfront and the $1.5 million within 2 years after the closing. But it sounds like they can move a lot faster than that on the $1.5 million part. They know the existing tenants have been on Main Street for a long time, and as part of this transition from village-owned to private property, they've agreed to not raise the rent on the existing small business tenants by more than 10% through June of next year, 2025. The village intends to reimburse the developer with 80% of the actual TIF increment that is generated by its redevelopment efforts each year until $100,000 is reimbursed. So that's expected to take 8 or 9 years to get to that point. After that $100,000 is reimbursed back to True North, then the village will receive 100% of all the actual property TIF increment that's generated through the end of the TIF district, which ends at the end of 2038. And so we think this is an exciting opportunity for the Main Street district, and we think we found the right development partners to make it happen. And George and Nick Irumchuk from True North Properties are both here. George flew up all the way from Florida, and I think they wanted to say a few words tonight.
So, gentlemen, you want to take the podium there? And we'll let you talk, and then if the trustees and myself have any questions, we'll just stay there till we...
Good evening, and I want to start saying thank you for giving me this time. I know it's night. I know you don't have to do this, but I appreciate. I'm not going to go a lot to say about True North and what I'm doing. If any of you want to ask me something specifically, time, when I started, how I did it, when I did it, which cities, which counties, you're welcome, but I would not bore you up with that. I think Nicholas said something about us. Kyle probably, I hope he made some phone calls, talked to some mayors, talked to some city officials. We've been around here, mainly Chicago first 20 years, and then Chicago exclusively. And then moved to Lake County, and then in the last 10 years, McHenry County, Crystal Lake, and Huntley, and Island Lake, and these communities here. I see this building, this beautiful building here in, next door, which is, you know, I see it as 3 things. I always say that. I want it to be the most beautiful building in the town, and destination. When I choose these buildings, or when they choose me, in some cases, it's their location there. And I know all the realtors like Dan would say location, location, location. But I don't believe all 3 location, location, location. I believe location is very important because I cannot change it. But then it has to look good, has to be pleasant to the people that work there, like local people that work in that building, has to be easy accessible, has to be beautiful, so it feels good. If it's food especially, has to be inviting to come in. And the third thing, I think management, but I call it destination. I don't like to quit until it becomes a destination. All my life, I have few places in this great metropolis that I go to eat. I would drive 10 miles, I would drive 20 miles once a month, or whatever I feel like, but I would do it. You know, I know Mr. Portillo, when he did 30 years ago, he had little places, but I would drive to Portillo, whatever it was, because I want Portillo. And it was just a hot dog and probably tasted like all the other hot dog places that I passed by. But I had a destination. So I think this building has location, but the other 2 things are missing there. And there has to be an effort. Money is one thing. The return is not going to be right away, but this guy is young. He's young. Hey, will you have some energies here?
Yeah, step away.
He's young and he can probably wait, but we have to do what we're doing, so we have to build them. So that's what I would like to do with this one. I would like local community to bid when we local contractors to bid on the job. We have some of our own crews, but you know, and then the people that work there for long term, you know, people that cooks, people that sells, and so on. I like my favorite place. I mean, it's probably great ice cream, but we're in Illinois. We only eat ice cream like 2 months a year. They need to add pastry, fancy pastry. They need to add accessibility. Just I drive by and I want a box of some pastry and a coffee and ice cream cake or some ice cream. I don't want to park my car, turn it off, set alarm, walk in. I want to stop, walk to the window, grab my package and go. I can email them. They could see it on the screen. I can pay it before. So when I come, the package is there, I take it. So I think there is few things that it's good, but good is just good. And everybody has good. Bad is bad. But from bad to good, it's like a step. From good to great, sometimes it's a lifetime, but I'm planning to do it in the next 2 years.
Okay.
So the exterior, I can get it done really quick. I know how to do it. I'll scaffold it. I'll block the sidewalks. I'll put temporary signs. I'll get it done. The interior, the tenants are there. I think 24 months, but we have to see what they do. If they are on board to be with management, basically become great. Nobody's great there. They're beautiful. They're good, but not great. Or they have to, we have to bring somebody that is great. And when we do that, then I have one example. I have a bar on Harlem Avenue, Harlem and Carmen. It's in Hardwood Heights, small town, but Chicago's across the street. And the bar been there for 30 years, different bars. They struggle. But then I brought this guy in, and he's doing fantastic because we share profits. Like he shares some, you know, on a lease, we build it triple net, but we also share some profits. And I see he's paying so much in profit. I said, you can't hide it. What are you doing that it goes so good? He said, well, what I'm doing, I'm selling non-alcoholic beer. He's like, my mantra is, it's called Barrel House. He says, my mantra is, I have to have every non-alcoholic beer that exists. If I have to drive or ship it 5 cans, I'll buy it just so I have it. If somebody asks me for that name brand, I have it. I said, why non-alcoholic? He said, well, because people, they're single, they drive in, and once they come there, they drink 1 or 2 alcoholic drinks, and then they want to drive back home, so they watch how much they drink. Well, non-alcoholic, I serve 10, 15 of them. They stay there, watch a game, socialize, and they just drink and drink. I charge the same, alcoholic or non-alcoholic. So I thought, wow. But somebody has to figure out, what do I do to make it great? And yes, sometimes he has to pay probably $100 for a can of beer because it's nobody buying it. But if he says, if they make it, you'll find it here, people knows, they go there, and then they drink what it sells, and if it sells, you'll bring you more. Yeah. So that's about what I see for this building. We can make it great.
Okay, okay, good deal. Nick, anything?
Nothing to add.
Nope.
Thank you.
Okay. Any of the trustees, how about down this way? William?
No, I think Nick did a great job before walking through
Yeah.
the plan and talking about the other communities and their involvement and the investment. And thank you for walking through, you know, your vision as well.
How about down here?
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary
That's
Beth.
okay. I was going to make the motion. That's okay. I just want to thank you for investing in Lake Zurich and contributing to our downtown development vision. Nick did do a great job last time. He listed all those places. I went online and looked at them. So, you know, he did his homework and allowed us to do so too. But thanks for coming and appearing before us. We appreciate it.
Well, I want to say thank you for saying nice things about him. That means a lot more to me. And there is a lot of buildings that he didn't present, and he's managing them. So, so it's a lot on his shoulders. So if he still has the time for presentation and you liked it, I appreciate it. I'm really happy. I'm like growing an inch here.
Down here,
Yeah,
anybody?
if I could. Thanks for coming out and the interest in the property. Unfortunately, I wasn't here that night when you did the presentation. My only question is this. As you move forward, should this move forward and things, and you start to do the renovations on the buildings, how do you do the renovations inside and support the current tenants so that they don't end up with a hardship and end up going out of business because of the disruption to the business?
To tell you the truth, I have not figured that out.
Okay.
Thank God. I need full cooperation from them,
Yeah,
or I need them to move out,
Right.
But not until the term goes, or I need to temporarily shut it down. There would be some that we need to shut it down. Maybe I can support some of their loss of income, some free rent, some whatever, but it's going to need to be full cooperation from them for
Right.
inside, And then also we might either have a new tenant or we have, if it's a new tenant, then I have to wait to see what he needs, so build it to suit him.
Right.
And then if it's the existing tenants, they would have to move or stop their operations, and we move all the equipment out for a month or two or whatever. And then of course I would have to help them out with incentive.
Yeah.
But if they have cooperation, we can figure it out.
I totally get that it has to happen. I just want to make sure we can do the best we can to support the current people that are in there if they can maintain their business. I'd hate for this to be, while it's great progress for the community to get a revitalized building and have it as beautiful as it looks like in your drawings, I'd hate to also lose a long time someone who's been in a location because it creates a hardship. So whatever we can do to work with those people would be fantastic.
And I know bird in hand is better than bird in a fence, so
Yes.
I'll definitely want them to be there. I would want them to be full when I drive by.
Yeah.
Maybe like turn away some business.
Yeah.
Because there's more sale tax. That is better for the people that work there. There are more employees. It's not full, so something needs to happen cool there.
Totally get it, and everybody wins when we have all the tenants in place. So thank you.
Okay. Greg?
I have nothing. Thanks.
Raj?
For the exterior, I get the interior. For the exterior, will you have to close the businesses down for the exterior?
No, I need a little bit cooperation from them, but we need temporary. I will make temporary banners. I'll scaffold the sidewalk so people can walk like a tunnel, but mesh or something on the exterior, and then put the temporary, and then have a complete walkway so they can go in. The clients can go in, can walk on whole sidewalk. Of course, I have to order glass and stuff, but they don't have to close. We can get it done at night. Some we can get it done on a little bit of inconvenience, but not shutting down. No.
Well, appreciate it. I think in my last piece, appreciate you coming to Lake Zurich. We're not a good community. We're a great community.
Yes.
Thanks.
So you, we're coming up to a real busy time in the Main Street area with people out and weather nice. And when do you think you would, if everything goes through with the sale nicely and there's no hiccups, when do you plan on starting the rehab?
Very good question. So, by my experience, I need 30 days minimum after the closing to get my architectural drawings.
Okay.
I have the architect. We've been talking, but we need to measure it. We need to have structural engineers. We need some studies. So 30 days minimum, that could be 45 days. After that, I have to submit it to the village to review. And if, that takes 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, I don't know, but another month. If there's corrections, has to go back, has to come back to review. So that's 2 months minimum. So, yes. And then I also have to pre-order some material, like glass, because the tenants are in, I have to do the frame, and then the glass gets baked, so it has to go back to get, so we build because nothing's gonna fit custom, because the old brick is gonna remain in some places, so you have to build the frames, because I wanna go all the way down to the sidewalks to be more glass, kinda like it shows there, so that takes maybe a month. Even if I have permits, I cannot really tear it down. I might frame some parapet wall, I might do some stuff, but I also have to change the ACs and get the crane arranged. So I think really full-fledged is probably going to be August, September, October, November, finish the exterior. But those 4 months towards the fall. And again, if there is any suggestion, we can go a little later too. We can wait. We don't want to interfere with downtown. And I don't have necessarily. I wanted to do it these 2 years, but I don't have. I have to start right away.
Right.
And I can wait for the season to pass a little bit. I know fall is really nice here, so I come here with my wife. I live in Island Lake, so I come here before I go to Florida and walk around the lake. So I love it.
Well, we have a couple of large events happening in July and in September, so
So we can do probably most of it. So I can work on the roof and stuff. That will not interfere with anybody, mechanical roofs, some electrical services.
I'd be
but the
more
scaffolding go.
concerned about the scaffolding that might be
That's
out.
what I'm saying. Scaffolding I can just set for like 30 days and take it off.
Yeah, okay.
And we can do between those two events.
And nothing that they're gonna do will interfere, Mike, with our infrastructure projects on Main Street?
We don't plan on it this year. South Oran, we would have some improvements, but Main Street, nothing for this year.
Okay, good. Okay. Everybody else, good? Okay. Yep.
Thank you again. I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 2024-03-561, the Village of Lake Zurich, Lake County, Illinois, approving a TIF redevelopment agreement between the Village of Lake Zurich and the Walton Associates Family Limited Partnership.
And a second, please.
Second, Riley?
Clerk Johnson, please call the roll.
Trustee Riley,
Aye.
trustee Spicone,
Aye.
trustee Chagru,
Aye.
trustee Wyder.
Aye.
Trustee Euchre.
Aye.
We're approved. Look forward to seeing the shovels out there tomorrow.
Not yet, but I will also get feedback when you really want me to put that scaffold and when take it down.
Good
So
deal.
we'll do that.
Thank you, and thanks again for coming.
Thank you.
Okey dokey. Next item, trustee Spacone.
Yeah, item 6B, an agreement with Pertano Construction Company for 2024 Infrastructure Improvement Program, investing in water main and roadway resurfacing in the amount not to exceed $5,631,182.49. In summary, the Lake Zurich 2024 budget includes $2.5 million in the non-home rule sales tax fund and $3.6 million in the water and sewer fund for significant community investments into our local municipal infrastructure. The scope of work this year includes pavement resurfacing, concrete repair, utility repairs, and stormwater management improvements in multiple areas of the village. Project phases will include the replacement of 1,500 feet of water main on the south side of Route 22, the replacement of 3,500 feet of water main and roadway resurfacing of several streets in the Cedar Creek neighborhood, the replacement of 1,900 feet of water main on the south side of Route 12, and the resurfacing of the entirety of Gulfview Road. A competitive bid opening on February 15, 2024 resulted in 5 bids received, with the most competitive bid from Pertano Construction Company of Addison, Illinois. The requested not-to-exceed amount includes its base bid of $4,896,680.43, plus an additional $734,502.06 for project contingency costs, as well as engineering and material testing. That's a lot of feet of water mains.
It's a lot this year, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, to echo that, it seems like we're just about in every corner of this community this year. By design, we looked at changing this, how we approach our annual program. So we're combining our annual road resurfacing and our infrastructure, try and get the economy of scale and a partner that we'd like to work with. And I think we have one. Pertano was here last year doing some of our Main Street and Lake Street, Miansky, and they were fantastic. So I'm happy to see them to be the lowest responsible bid this year. But if approved tonight, they would look to move to start the project by the end of March, early April, and take us through probably the first part of October, mid-October with the completion, substantial completion. But to reiterate, yes, there is a lot this year, and I appreciate the support from the village board in the infrastructure support, and as they have with every year. I look forward to another successful project. So any questions, comments, I'm happy to provide.
Okay, anybody? Nope? No. How about down here? Okay. I think we've been this road before. Mark?
All right, well then, let me get back to my portion of the agenda. I'd like to make a motion to approve an agreement with Pertano Construction Company for 2024 Infrastructure Improvement Program, investing in water main and roadway resurfacing in the amount not to exceed $5,631,182.49. I love how you can get it right down to that 49 cents.
Doing the math.
Okay, second, please.
I'll second. Euchre.
Mary Beth and Kathleen? Call the roll.
Trustee Spacone?
Aye.
Trustee Sugru?
Aye.
Trustee Wider?
Aye.
Trustee Euchre?
Aye.
Trustee Riley?
Aye.
Okay, you got your road program ready to roll.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, that's it for new business tonight. We'll move on to the president's report, and I have nothing tonight. So trustee reports, anybody got anything tonight? No? Staff reports, anybody have a staff report, anything tonight? No? Okay. Well, that concludes our business for tonight. We will be adjourning to executive session for 5 ILCS 120/2C2, collective bargaining matters, 5 ILCS 120/2C21, review of executive session minutes, and 5 ILCS/2C1, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. There will be no voting action or board business discussed after closed session, so the adjournment of closed session will be the final adjournment and the end of the meeting. So may I have a motion to adjourn tonight's regular meeting to executive session?
So moved. Euchre.
And a second, please.
Second, Spacone.
Mark?
Yes.
Clerk Johnson, call the roll, please.
Trustee Sugru?
Aye.
Trustee Wider?
Aye.
Trustee Euchre?
Aye.
Trustee Riley?
Aye.
Trustee Spacone?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank everybody who's out there for coming. Next meeting is March 18th, so thank you.